All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this Wednesday. Ooh, almost screwed up. I thought it was like Thursday. I'm getting so excited, but it is February 8th. A lot of decent things going on. I'm getting a couple of nice little rallies. What's going on right now in Uber? So it looks like I tell you, Uber's been on a big run up. I'm shocked we didn't catch on a little bit sooner. Cyber traders out in the room, but like Uber, you could see it. Well, it hasn't really been going anywhere lately, but I mean, you could see I had a nice little gap up this morning around 7 o'clock, good little pop. A little on the expensive side. We'll check it out a little bit, but there's a couple other stocks I want to follow along also before we get there. But so I guess did anyone learn anything what Biden talked about yesterday? Anything you think will affect any stocks that we found? I don't know if anyone here. What do you guys think? Anyone find anything? The only thing I was able to get out of it was the only thing. Uh, nothing, John. The drugs you were talking about, Mark? Okay. I mean, looking at some of the drug stocks over here, and I mean, Pfizer is not obviously going anywhere. Didn't move that all. The energy, yeah. The only thing I heard is he said that the only thing I think I heard is he said about the oil companies that don't worry, we're gonna need you for at least another decade, which means another 10 years. So I don't know if that means that the oil companies are going to be shut down entirely, which could be a good short. You know what I mean? So I don't know what exactly he meant by that, but like that's the big talk right now on finance regarding about certain stocks. So if we're in any oil stocks, I think we got about another 10 years before it is completely abolished. So we'll see how that works, on certain oil stocks. But I didn't really see that much going on. So we got about, we'll see how it is. EVs also, that means that EVs will pop, you know? So exactly. So we could check out the EV stocks. I mean, Tesla had a little bit of move. It's getting close to that $200 price range. You could see right there. We got the resistance levels, but we could keep an eye on the wind stocks. Anything that's green stocks and all these, and then maybe short all the other ones. All right. So we'll see how that works out. But other than that, I didn't really get anything out of it. I really didn't get out of it that much. I mean, I like to listen to the recaps. I was actually at the Islander game yesterday where they won 4-0 here in Long Island. So, but I just like to catch the recaps at the end. So that's really what I got. Other than that, there are a couple of stocks that are moving this morning, though. I do want to go over a couple of things. But before we do that, let's talk about what we found yesterday. So for some of you that were not here, we had a couple of nice moving stocks. We had the stock SLQT was a great pre-market runner. You could see it right here. This stock obviously had a nice little decent little pop right here, and then all of a sudden ran all the way up to a high about $1.40. Really nice mover, comfortable stock, and then she pretty much died right there. You can see a gorgeous little Fausto flag right there. That's exactly what we look for. And you know what? What's interesting is she's holding it pretty strong. So whenever I see that, sometimes we will trade the stock going into the next day. So I'm going to throw it on the watch list, even though it's down a little bit. It's not really. I like how it closed strong, which is really good. Next stock that just got halted and halted and halted was this stock right here. LIXD was like unbelievable yesterday. This thing, look at this chart right here. This thing got halted. I mean, every gap you see right there is technically a halt. But this thing started out of nowhere, went from like 80 cents, then it ran to $1.40, then it ran around to $2. I mean, this thing just kept going up to 250. This thing was up almost like 300% yesterday. Now, that was a really cool stock that we traded also, and then obviously had a nice little push in the middle of the day, but that one did pretty well. SQL was a very nice. I thought this was probably the more comfortable stock to trade them all for everyone who was here. I mean, here this stock you could see was a great pre-market runner. This was probably our best runner in yesterday. So if you're watching us on our social media channels like on YouTube and everything else, you definitely saw this. We were trading this earlier. Cyber traders, I know a lot of you did really well in pre-market trading this stock. I mean, and then it had this big slingshot, ran all the way to 240 and came back down. But that was hands down probably the most comfortable swing trade, pre-market trade in a while. This one also did move pretty well. The stock IBIO was a nice little push going into the close. Went from $1 up to about $1.40. And this one right here, a little bit more on the expensive side, but SIX was it Six Flags? Was it Six Flags? Six Flags is the amusement park, right? So anyway, that thing just totally made a huge run up with a gorgeous Fausto flag right here, right around 28 to 29.20. And you could see, for some of you here, just to kind of always remind everyone, because you're looking at probably stocks like SQL and IBIO, and you're seeing these stocks in the dollar price range. Just remember, we don't care what we trade, okay? We just want to risk as least as we can with the most amount of reward. The less you risk, the safer you are. The more expensive stocks you deal with, the more experienced traders, the more money you need, and this is how people get themselves in trouble. So just a little tip of the day for some of you guys don't know that. Now, regarding about what do we got going on here? Oops, let me put that up there. So what else we got going on here regarding about this morning? Let's look at a couple of stocks that we do have. Now, this stock right here has been our biggest mover so far this morning for some of you here. The CELZ did really well around 8:15 this morning. Whoever was trading in the morning, you can see stock ran from $1 to about $1.30. And the only thing I noticed here on level 4 is that there was this big seller showed up here, about 78,000 shares, right around this $1.32. And I don't know if he really got executed. It looks like he did sell some of them right around this time, right around here. And volume did pick up a little bit, but she's holding here at this resistance levels right here at 130. And you could see that's why it hasn't really kind of broke that resistance level with that big seller there. But she's up 147%. We did trade this back last year, March, almost right around the same time. Stock ran from $1.20 to about $5, so we know it does move. So you read between the lines, and if you were here with CTU back then, make sure you go to your journal, see how you did with it. Another stock that also moved in pre-market, seems like there's a lot of these pharmaceutical stocks that are moving. Big slingshot right here must have came out its news right around here, around 8:40 it looks like. And now she's starting to journal. Some sellers are starting to show up. What do I see? You got a couple of big buyers here around $5 for about 12,000. Some sellers at 5,000 at $6. So $6 looks like a big resistance, which kind of makes sense because I'm seeing some big orders out there right now. So, but she's up 29%, 1.6 million shares. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. EVAX, another stock that we traded also. This stock right here has been on a down slope right now. So even though it's gapped up about 20%, it is trending down. I'm not really seeing any buyers out there. I'm seeing a lot more sellers and buyers. Kind of makes sense. They started showing up around 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm seeing all these big iceberg orders showing up there. So that would be put on the B list. Listen, sometimes these stocks, when the market opens up, people heard the news, they jump in, it causes some type of action in it, so we definitely want to keep an eye on that one. What else I had? I had this one here too. This is another one that moved pretty nicely, and not really. I'm getting some big orders here around $2. Let me just put this here so you can see a little bit better. But right around here, I got a big buyer right here. It's not obviously never got it there, but yeah, there was a big buyer there for about 15,000, and 49,000. Yeah, about 60, 70,000 is right around $2. So it looks like that's what's trying to stay away from that $2 price range right there. And that looks pretty good right there. But listen, nice little move, 18%, 4.5 million shares of pre-market. That is something that we want to put on our watch list. Now, if there's anything else, I didn't see anything else out there. You could see all these stocks, very spotty, just very flat. Everything was staying away from. Not really any good dead cat bounces. This stock is obviously taking a big hit, down 48%. And my God, this stock was $50. I feel so bad when I see it. I mean, I look at this, I'm like, all I think about right here when I see stocks like this, I have a little soft spot for, the husbands and wives and the children, where the owners here. Obviously, if some of you here work for. Some of us have worked for big corporations, and one of the benefits to work with a public company is you get stock, and you kind of live for that stock, the stock options. And every time I see that, I look at it, I'm like, damn, school started, maybe somebody's got to pay for their kids' tuition, and they were going to use that money, and they thought they were doing great, and all of a sudden that stock, they says, oh yeah, we're going to sell at 50, and boom, thing right now is 3, and it just totally blows up the whole account. I mean, really destroys them. It's just amazing to see how bad that is. So Do I think it's going to bounce? You know what? I like dead cat bounces. Unfortunately, someone's catastrophe is our opportunity. I might have to watch it. I might trade it. I might see on the dead cat bounce. I don't know, but really feel bad for those people that are in it. This stock is obviously doesn't even count. There's a stock we traded, just the other day, yesterday, and you could see that was that slingshot right there. So I don't have any. I have no heart for the owners of that. They just were in the right place, the right time. New York Stock Exchange, I didn't see anything out there. I mean, this stock right here, you could see it pre-market, exactly not what we're looking for. These are all pretty much, dead. The AI stocks are moving again, by the way. Let's keep an eye on the AI stocks. This stock is obviously one of them, moving up 9%. The stock's on a really nice trend. We'll keep an eye on this one too, BBAI. But AI is not moving. Is AI moving also? Yeah, it's up 1%. It's holding there pretty strong. All right, anything I'm missing, cyber traders? I didn't call out. Anything else? I think we got them all. Okay, so listen, don't forget a couple of things. I am going to be on with, I'm going to be doing a presentation. I'm going to be on a panel at 10 o'clock. And for everybody here at 11 o'clock, listen, you do not want to miss this. Everybody wants to know about how to, finance, right? Your accounting. I get all the time you people come up to me and ask me questions like accounting questions. I'm not an accountant, okay? But at 11 o'clock, we're going to bring Traders Accounting. They're going to be broadcasting live. We're going to have them here, so don't go anywhere. And we're going to also broadcast for everyone on social media. Whoever's here, if you have any questions you want to ask, this is your opportunity, okay? So some of us that don't know if we could take tax losses, how do we could get deductions, like maybe deduct your training programs, all that. This is the person you have to ask, okay? Now, I'm just going to tell you this right now. I get this question all the time. People always ask me, Fausto, who's your accountant? And they said, and they find out like, oh, I can't afford him, or he sounds expensive. Let me explain something. Expensive is only in the mind of what you pay out, but what you get in return will end up making you probably several times more money savings than what you pay out. You want to be cheap? No problem. That's why 90% of people fail in trading, because they don't want to get educated. You want to be cheap with your accounting and try to, because listen, some of your accountants, they don't understand what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because it's a totally different market to them. You can't bring somebody that, that's from H&R Block and says, hey, I'm a trader. They're like, I don't know what to do. Give me all your reports. So, not to spend too much time on it. Please make sure you're there. We haven't had them here for over a year. We're looking for, we have them here every year. It's an event you don't want to miss. So make sure we'll send the alerts out and we'll be there. And I know some of you here are trading accountants too, so that are in the trading room. So it's, you know what, you can always learn something. So anyway, let's go out there. Let's get ready for the market open up. We'll start commentary once the market opens up. You got about 15 minutes. In the meantime, if we see something, say something, traders. All right. And then everybody on social media will be back. We'll see you all back here at 10 o'clock. All right. Good luck, everyone. So once again, everybody on the social media, everyone on Facebook, Twitter, we're gonna come back here at 10 o'clock. We're gonna broadcast live. So please don't forget, we're gonna take a break. If you want to join our trading room and be there for the pre-mark, you can do that. But in the meantime, just like I said, if you don't, just make sure you get our alerts, and we'll send you back. We'll bring you back here at 10 o'clock, going all the way to 12. All right, guys. Good luck. Thanks, everyone.